I've been putting off talking about this because I've had a lot of mixed feelings when it comes to voicemail. I know it means a lot to a lot of people, so I wanted to approach the topic with as much respect and neutrality as I can. On November 20th, 2022, I uploaded the album A Series of Unfortunate Events to SoundCloud and YouTube. A little over a week later, it distributed to all platforms, making it my first release on all plats for the first time in many years. The album sat dormant for a few days before, out of nowhere, Voicemail, the outro track for the album, started getting a few plays. It started with only a small dozen, then a few dozen, then a few hundred, and then a few thousand. Voicemail is a complex song for me because I've been making music since 2016, and I put in a ton of work and passion on every song I make. Voicemail was a song I made in a very short time frame. I sort of threw it together based off an idea that I had, and then I just ended up keeping it as my outro track. I used to feel a bit sour towards the song, but here recently I've learned to accept and embrace it, um, because it did exactly what I wanted it to do. I wanted to make an album that was true to what I was feeling, and I wanted it to help other people as much as it helped me. When I was making the album, I was in a very dark place in my life, and creating not only Voicemail but every song on that album, it really helped to get out a lot of the negative feelings that I was having at the time. And I know that it's very common for other people to have negative feelings and stuff like that. So I understand why there's such a love and a passion for this song. I get many DMs telling me how much Voicemail helps them, and it really couldn't make me feel more proud. To this day, I have absolutely no idea how the song got as big as it did. I am awful at marketing. Any promo I did was really only seen by the small circle of followers that I had. And I was at a point in my life where I wanted to still make music because I love making music, but I was also pretty much accepted the fact that there was a good chance that nobody would ever be like a fan. Needless to say, I'm pretty shocked that the song did as well as it did. With that being said, I'm going to answer some of the questions that I had most commonly with pertaining to Voicemail, and it's really only two questions. So I'll start with the first one. Will you release an instrumental version of Voicemail? I've gotten this question, I've gotten this comment, I've gotten this reply a million different times, and I really appreciate it. I really do. But I don't think that I'm ever going to be releasing an instrumental. The original guitar loop that I used was originally made by a TikToker known as Izzy Unbroken. All I did was I had found the loop elsewhere, and I downloaded it, and all I did was loop it. That's all I did. It was a bit choppy when I found it, or not choppy, but like it was like where it ended was a bit awkward. So I reshoot like I literally just matched up like the wave files off the fucking spectrogram and shit. I just matched it up and it transitioned seamlessly, and I was like, cool. And then I recorded a mock-up Voicemail on it, and here we are today. I feel like it would be not only disrespectful but disingenuous to Izzy if I were to do that. Me and him have spoken privately about the song. He's perfectly okay with me using the guitar. But I just don't think that I could upload that. I couldn't do that knowing that it wasn't my own creation, you know? It'd be different if it was like a sample from like a band or like I don't know, like anyone that's not like just some independent creator on TikTok. Dude's doing his best, and I already felt kind of shitty when I found out that it was him. Um, because I'm like, dude, this dude's just grinding out TikTok videos, and I just use the guitar loop, and I get like 2 million plays. That's not cool, you know. I feel really shitty about that. It's a feeling that I've held about the song for a while, and it's one of the main reasons why, like, later on I kind of felt not so great about the song. I know that Izzy told me that he is okay with me using the guitar, and I am sure that if I were to upload a instrumental version of the song, that he'd be perfectly okay with it. But it's a thing where I wouldn't feel right about doing it, and so I'm not going to. I hope that that doesn't upset too many people. Will you release any more music like voicemail? No. Yes and no. Um, I do have a sequel to voicemail. It's already made and everything like that. It's going to be on the end of my next album, sort of like how voicemail was at the end of my last album. And it's going to be the last song I ever make like that. Um, the album does not have any sort of expected release date at the moment. There is no sort of like it is very much just like in the early stages, and that is something that I wanted at the end of the album, just to sort of follow up on it. You know, it's sort of thematic, and I think it'll be interesting. I think Voicemail 2 is going to be a lot better than the first one, because it's a lot more creatively. It's a lot more. I'm a lot more creatively involved with it, and I feel a lot more comfortable about that. I really want to focus on making the music that I enjoy making. I've been making music for a really long time, since I was 14, and I kept making music. I enjoyed it. I enjoy the process. I love recording. I love hearing the final product. Whenever the feeling I get when I make a great song is always amazing. It is one of the best feelings that I've ever felt in my life. And the fact that I get to feel that and get paid from it really, it's a dream for me. It's been a dream for me for a really long time, and I was at a point where I didn't think that it was a dream that I was going to attain. And the fact that I've gotten such an exponential boost from voicemail, I am eternally grateful, and I can only hope that the people who um, enjoy, obviously, my music, the other music that I make, I'd hope that you only stick around if you do enjoy the music. I don't want you to stick around because you like voicemail and just because you want to support me or anything like that, you know. I get it, and I really appreciate that, but I'm really trying to build a fan base, and I'm really trying to build something that lasts. I want I want to be able to make music forever. That's the plan. That's the goal. I'm hoping that one day I'll be there. Um, but I can only hope that if you do enjoy the music, maybe you add some songs onto your playlist. This is like a shitty self promo now. You add some songs onto your playlist. You know, like a couple. I'm on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Obviously, you're watching the YouTube channel, SoundCloud. I'll have all of my I'll have all the major platforms in the description, as well as all my social media, so you can follow me and keep up to date with whatever I'm doing. Um, and yeah, I really have appreciated the last half a year-ish. It's been a little over since I released voicemail and all the amazing people that I got to meet. Shout out Hellwig, shout out Ring Bear, shout out, shout out Lord Icy, uh, shout out all my homies, everybody, shout out all of them. And yeah, I'm sorry if my face has been red this whole video. It's extremely hot in this room, and that fan behind me makes too much noise to record a video in, and I'm sweating. Like, you can't tell, but I'm sweating quite a bit right now. It's pretty gross. So I'm gonna end the video now so I can turn my fan on. Bye.